Who'd have thought that 4 years later we'd still be talking about this little girl, then 5-year-old Summer Wells, who went missing from outside of her home in the Beech Creek community of Hawkins County, East Tennessee, on June 15th, 2021. Her parents reported her missing shortly before 6:30 p.m, but it's highly likely that she was missing for maybe 2 hours before that. I've got over 600 videos in this playlist right here on Summer Wells. Who'd have thought that 4 years later we'd still have no more answers than we had back then? The footage that you're going to see, or at least the first part, is from the very first video that I made on Summer Wells. I became aware of the case on June 16th, 2021, the day the Amber Alert was released. She was an endangered child. The following day, June 16th, 2021, the Amber Alert was raised. I saw the Amber Alert on social media, and then a few YouTubers that I was following at the time started talking about Summer, started following the case. I made my very first video a couple of weeks after she went missing. I tell you what, in that first year, maybe 2 years, it was absolutely crazy. So much to talk about, with Summer's dad, Don Wells, being the prize exhibit of how to keep a missing persons case out there, be controversial, come on live streams night after night. That's what Don did, drunk.
You knew where you were, Don.
There's no more pleading with a dirty fucker like this from now on. There is no more pleading with someone like this. It's turned into a whole new game, and in my mind, all that pleading is over with. That no more.
Don, can I ask you a question?
I'm not pleading with some sorry son of a bitch like that.
Is the reason that you're not
you can ask me a question.
Is the reason that you're not going to plead or haven't been is because you know Summer's not coming home?
No, I don't know nothing. I have 7 alibis.
What?
If not more. Baby, don't break my fucking door. Come on. Really?
Well, you were at work.
Come on. Don't break the fucking door.
Open it then.
You dumb.
Oh, you're gonna call me a dumb.
You break my fucking door. You dumb. Here.
No,
I have 7 alibis. I have 7 alibis. Candace ain't got none. She's going down.
Made the case somewhat of a circus. However, I have since seen a bigger circus, another Tennessee case, that of then 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who is now 16. Sebastian's case is an even bigger circus than Summer's ever was. Summer's was like the warm-up act to Sebastian Rogers. However, we're here to talk about Summer, because on this day, 4 years ago, Summer was seen for the very, very last time. What happened to Summer Wells? Let's discuss.
First residence on your right, reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
I try to guard my heart as much as I can, but she holds my heart in her little hands. And I love her with all my heart.
This is breaking news from News Channel 11.
Tonight, emergency crews from around Hawkins County have converged on this rural community near Church Hill. They're looking for 4-year-old Summer Wells. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said she was last seen walking from her home on Ben Hill Road off Beech Creek Road, not far from here, around 7 tonight. She was last seen wearing a pink shirt and grey shorts. First responders are searching on the ground. THP and medical helicopters are in the air. We're told a command post has been established, and we're at a Baptist church on Beech Creek Road, where we're told information will be released as soon as it's available.
After that first frantic night when they were getting details wrong, Summer was said to be 4, not 5, they got her height, they got her weight wrong, they got their clothing wrong, but that's frequently the case when it's all hands to the deck. The media is there. They're trying to get sound bites. We do know that Summer's brothers spoke to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson on that first frantic night and said that they last saw Summer going out of the back door, i.e. the basement door. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson did communicate that to the media. That was released to the media on the 16th of June 2021 by Bianca Murray from WJHL. But the story that the parents gave when they gave their first interview together, and this was the only interview that Candice gave to WJHL, she said that they were planting flowers and it's just the script. You know, Candy from Grandma, they're washing her hands. Candice walked her over and then her brothers said she went down to the basement to play with her toys. We know this script, right? We know it. Don was the first to announce it to the world because he was doing interviews from almost day one. That wasn't the story that Candice told the WJHL crew off camera. She told them she was inside and Summer went outside. She told social media people months later that she wished she'd gone outside with Summer. So the details of that afternoon, after they got back from the swimming hole in Kingsport, taking Grandma to the hospital and getting her prescription, and once they got home, the details are really quite vague. And 4 years later, that really bothers me. It's always bothered me, but it bothers me as much now as it did then. In those first 13 days, and they worked consistently throughout that time, night and day, they covered a total of 4.5 square miles, which equates to around a 1.5 mile radius. I guess they judged that to be the distance that a little girl could have wandered away on her own. There were a couple of other searches, a couple of days in November once the foliage had died down, and then the following February they did another day, just targeted searches, but nothing else. Like, the cops do go out if they get a lead, they go and investigate. Now, 4 days in to the search, on the 19th of June, the cops thought that they were close to finding Summer because a dog, one of the search dogs, found a footprint. The dog alerted on this footprint on Mr. Phillips' land, which is here. His address, he doesn't live there now, but his address was Beech Creek Road. And in the woods behind his house, they found a child-sized bare footprint. That dog, who was scent specific, searching out Summer's scent, alerted. They found another footprint on Mary Sexton's land, high up on a ridge. So how did a little 5-year-old get up there on her own? They searched all night. They believed that someone had abducted her and had dropped her back off in the woods after seeing all of this drama unfolding. In fact, Dave Rader from Equisearch told the Police Off the Cuff YouTube channel exactly that story, because he got into town on the Saturday night, the night of the 19th of June, to join the search on the 20th. And in the morning, June the 20th, that's what the searchers were all talking about, that night search. So, look, guys, they thought they were going to find her, but they didn't. But all subsequent searches, when you look at the helicopter footage and things like that, they focus all around this area. But apart from the social media drama, all spearheaded by Don Wells in the first couple of years, there's been, sadly, very few official updates from law enforcement. The TBI have their own page related to Summer Wells, and the Amber Alert is still active, but they haven't updated this webpage now for 2 years. 6/14/23 was the last time they updated it. Again, the Amber Alert is still active, and the frequently asked questions, they're all still relevant to the case. None of these have been updated. We assume that they're just all the same as they were when they were written in the first few months. Now, the TBI did release a statement last year to coincide with the 3-year mark. I don't know whether they're going to do it again this year. I'm probably recording this too early. If the TBI are going to release something later, it's not going to make it into this video because Tennessee is 5 hours behind me. But this is what the TBI released last year.
When I see the picture of Summer Wells, I see my daughter. And I can tell you that if my daughter was missing, I would sure hope that somebody was looking for her every day. My name is Josh Melton. I'm the Assistant Director of the Criminal Investigation Division for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. Many people have speculated what they think has happened in this case. The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake. We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area, or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead. All stones are being turned over. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case. We have brought in subject matter experts within TBI from across the state to assist in this investigation. We have thrown everything that we know to throw at this case, and we haven't had the answers that we need yet. No, we'll get them, but we don't have them today. Children are our top priority at TBI. They are the most vulnerable population that we have. They're our most precious things in our world. Our commitment to the public is that we're not going to allow this case to sit on a shelf. We are committed to bringing Summer home, and we will keep working on this case until she is home.
Nice words. And clearly, TBI have two theories. Either she was abducted or she wandered away. The question is, though, to what extent do the parents, Don and Candice Wells, know what happened to Summer? I've gone backwards and forwards. Initially, in those early days, I thought she'd been abducted. I didn't think the parents were involved. Then I did, and I thought, they know exactly what's happened. They've sold her, or she's been taken because of Don Wells associations. I talked myself out of that. I've investigated as much as I can do online. Various people in the local community. Don Sherfy Jr., the pedo, who has associations with an address on Simpson Road, the same address on Simpson Road where one of the footprints was found. I talked about him for a long time. I've gone through just about every possible theory, and I've come full circle almost that I think the parents know. I think when Candice kicked off and left Dr. Phil, she's being interviewed by two of the behaviour panel. Greg Hartley just happened to mention the cornbread mafia, and Candice freaked out. Don, in conversation with Brian Entin, said that Candice has the wrong friends.
Statement from Bly just before the Wells family's appearance on the Dr. Phil show. She said she walked away from the interview with that behavioral panel hired by Dr. Phil for the segments after she believed that they became confrontational.
The Wells' recent trip to L.A. to film for Dr. Phil brought up a lot of pain from the months their daughter went missing.
Just brought up a lot of emotion, very emotional. We are alone. Well, it seems like alone when you ain't got your kids. You realize Summer is somewhere that she's probably doesn't want to be, probably locked up or being, hurt in some way. And when we're there on that beautiful beach and our daughter is who knows where.
Seems like Don is really concerned about the public's perception of Candice coming off of the Dr. Phil interview.
In the first on-camera interview with Don Wells after that Dr. Phil appearance.
But then he did say something interesting about her friend. But I tried to drill in on that a little bit. Well, what do you mean? What friends are you talking about? What kind of friends did Candice have? What do you mean? And he sort of shut it down pretty quickly.
Entin also sat down with Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson.
I asked him, do you believe that Don and Candice are involved? And he said, we're not ruling anyone out at this point. People are digging for clues on their own, behind their computer screens at home. But the most interesting and different thing with this case that I don't think I've ever seen before is the way the family has been interacting with these social media sleuths and YouTubers.
I have to stay off the YouTube thing or be very careful about if I do anything on YouTube from now on because, I have lost control. I've done stupid things, and for that I apologize.
Baby, don't break my door. Come on. Really?
Well, you were at work.
Come on. Don't break the door.
Open it then.
Now, I don't think the cornbread mafia took Summer, but an organised group, maybe connected to drugs. I genuinely think the parents have a lot more information than they've told anybody, including the cops. In the last few days, there's been a flurry of media. 1 day, 2 days, less than a day, 3 days, 2 days, 22 hours, 15 hours. Even Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has given a comment. Hasn't commented for 2 whole years, hasn't Sheriff Ronnie Lawson? So this is what he said a few days ago, released this to the media. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office continues to actively work on the case each day. We're still receiving tips that must be thoroughly vetted and validated. Additionally, we continue to monitor and address the spread of misinformation on social media platforms, including content shared by YouTubers and other sources. Well, if they didn't sit around watching videos all day, because there's not actually that much being said about Summer on YouTube anymore. Stop watching videos and take some deputies and go and do some boots on the ground searching. That'd be a better use of your time than watching videos. Summer Wells went missing on June 15, 2021. As we approach the 4-year mark, we want to reassure the public that this case has not been forgotten, and it never will be until some sort of closure is found. At this time, we are not providing any on-camera interviews. Thank you again for your interest and support. Sincerely, Ronnie Lawson, Sheriff. Don Wells has done some interviews. I've been talking about them over the last few days on this channel. And one of the big things to come out this week isn't about Summer at all. It's about her brothers. According to the Find Summer Wells Facebook group, this is Judge's orders, saying that the case against Don and Candice regarding child abuse and neglect of Summer's 3 brothers has been dismissed. So they can now be associated with children again, and they want the children back. It's believe that the 2 younger boys have been adopted, so getting them back I think is going to be legally very, very difficult, if not impossible. I don't know the law in Tennessee regarding adoption, but this is what was said 3 days ago. Our DCS case has been dismissed. All opinions of abuse and neglect are dropped and unsubstantiated by judge order. According to Tennessee DCS, Department of Children's Services, we have not abused or neglected our 3 sons. This is the legal final say. This means in part that if Summer is found today, she can come home. So if Summer is found alive, she can go home. She can come home. Absolutely true. She can. Summer's older brother, he is up for adoption. And technically speaking, the Wells could get him back. Would he want to go back, though, is the question. And I think as a 16-year-old, the choice should be his. What do you think? But 4 years on, we are no further forward than when we started. And that's a fact. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And I think it's doable. So please subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you in the next video. Right, I'm going to go and hide this hat in the field somewhere. And then 24 hours time, I'm going to go back and Cassie's going to find it. Look out.